Hello, welcome back to the wonderful world of the supernatural. I'm the host, Tony Turner. Um, Ever wonder why I always say, welcome to the wonderful world of the supernatural? It's because we've been programmed from birth. We've been taught about Christianity, that the Creator is real, but we also been programmed about fiction and evolution. And so they've classified the supernatural over into fiction, the category of fiction, where it's not real. But I come to bust everybody's bubble and let you know that we have a supernatural creator that we were created by, and everything that is supernatural is nonfiction. In case if you don't understand, in case if you don't realize what your origin is, your natural origin is from the creator. Uh-huh. And they have the government has an agenda to totally blind you and erase all history that does not involve their plan. And so they must eliminate the thought that a creator created everything and give the credit to evolution, so that they can say that this land has no owner, so that they can keep colonizing and taking over stuff and just claim it as their own, because they're saying that the land has no owner according to evolution is what they're going to go on. But the truth of the matter is they technically have not only gone over their heads, uh, they knew that they were taking this land from the creator. They knew that they were assassinating him just so they could take the land and colonize it and take over something that wasn't theirs. They had clear knowledge of what they were doing. Okay, and so you have to first understand anyone that's not afraid to kill the creator. They are not afraid to kill you. Okay, so that's first things first. So if you in your mind thinking, why would they do something like that? Why would they kill innocent? Why would they do this? And yet they're doing it. And yet you still don't have an answer as to why they're doing it. It's because they're evil. Bottom line. And you have to understand the origin of where evil came from. And they're acting out the same thing that their fathers, who their bloodline, uh, obviously bloodline linked to. And I say it's the fallen angels, because they're doing the same exact things as the fallen angel. They getting involved in homosexual acts, uh, tampering with cloning, tampering with mixing. Because if you study the apocryphal, the books that they left out of the Bible, which they called it Greek mythology, they classified it with Greek mythology. But the Watchers, which were the fallen angels, were supposed to be the watchers of the planet and teach man how to build and how to make weapons and how to make instruments. This is what they did until they decided to corrupt the seed of man. Uh, and that goes even deeper. Why they begin to do that? Because they didn't want Jesus Christ to be born. Or excuse me, Yahusha, not Jesus Christ, but Yahusha, who we know as Jesus Christ. So these guys, the government is acting out the same thing as who their forefathers are, and that's the fallen angels. They acting just like it. If anyone tells you anything other than that, only thing you have to do is investigate the history and see how they acted, and see how they're acting now. And you make the two comparisons, and you have to say yes, they're related. Yes, they're related to the fallen angels. They release COVID in the air. They got all type of diseases that they have that's connected to people's bloodlines, where only black African Americans can be affected, or white people can be affected by certain stuff. They got stuff prepared to genocide their own kind off as well, the poor ones. Yeah, so it's sad how people in their mind literally thinking that they're so much better than someone else that they're willing to walk all over somebody. Only person that I would want to walk all over is someone that presented themselves to me as an enemy. But I would not go out looking for trouble, going out to try to just be number one and push whoever around who I have to be number one. Because life is not about that. Life is about learning from everybody. Everyone has something different that the Creator put in them that they have to offer to the next person. And the Creator is so diverse and so different. He's so creative that he created each and every person not with the same shade of brown, not the same shade of color. Each person's color is one shade lighter or one shade darker than the next. Which makes, now you look at how many people there is on the planet. So that lets you know how many colors he can make. So I don't have to keep using all these analogies of how smart the Creator is. We already know. So in conclusion, the Creator, you can tell who's is the Creator's people, and you can tell who's a bloodline of the fallen angels. And we all clearly seeing is mostly racist Europeans that are exhibiting this trait. Yes, I'm going to compare you to those people because they were wicked, evil people. They went about devouring everything on the planet. And those fallen angels they created, they took 200 of every species on the planet and mated with them. I don't know if they were able to mate with mosquitoes and flies and stuff like that, and the fish and all of that, but that's what sounds really nasty, but they did. They mated with 200 of every species on the planet and created a race and of monsters that was unpleasing to the Creator, till the Creator decided to destroy them. He turned them all to stone and drowned some in the flood. I'm not quite sure what order that went in, but that is exactly what happened. When they mixed with those animals and mated with those animals and those different species, they created centaurs, minotaurs, half men with cow heads, horse bodies with half men, centaurs and minotaurs, and all type of other stuff. So, and you look at the medieval movies, they lined all of that with fiction to make you feel like that stuff wasn't real, but it was real. And so they can if they can desensitize you, your thinking with movies and books and brainwash you. Can you imagine what they've done to you? So now it's time for you to deconstruct what they did to you and wake up and realize what's been done to you. And basically, technically, what they're doing, they finna enslave everybody. They've reached the all-time low. And I believe that they have aligned. See, it really only takes, when you got one major power really only has to align with one more major power to overthrow the whole planet. And so that's what they're doing. They're going about being bullies, and the other major powers have not just aligned like that together. You follow what I'm saying? So now they're on a worldwide conquest to conquer everything now, and to try to, but it's finna be a war because the other countries are not finna just stand by and just they ain't finna just roll over to the United States and Europe and Israel. Yeah, so it's finna get ugly. You guys wake up. We don't agree with everything that the government is doing, but you have to learn how to fight back. And if you wait too long to fight back, it's gonna be too late. And right now, at this point, you're almost too late. You literally are. You guys are waiting too late to react. And like I said, I spoke specifically to white Europeans that are not racist. You need to lift up your voices like right now and do something to stop this. We're not begging for your help, but